Do you fear negative square roots? Do you have a negative outlook on them? Does it make it harder to solve them? Well, there's a way to fix it. Introducing I, a new number that never existed before. It's an imaginary number that can solve impossible things that there was no way to solve before. It is the square root of -1, an impossible imaginary number. You can solve all kinds of things that technically didn't exist before. So it has the value of the square root of -1, meaning you can use it as a factor simplifying square roots, just like you would when you're simplifying any other square root. The square root of -36, 6i. It's just that simple. There's no I in math, but there is in physics. Now you can solve all kinds of problems that you never could before. Just like this. The square root of -81, just find the factors. 81 and -1. The square root of 81 and the square root of -1. You just simplify those. 9 and I is 9i. It's so simple. You can even do it with numbers that aren't squares. Here's an example. The square root of -99, simply find the factors. I, 11, and 9. The square root of -99, 3i, the square root of 11. It's so simple. No one needs to fear negative square roots anymore, because they're no longer impossible. I is here to solve them, and so are you. But there's even more. Because I is an imaginary number, and because it's so amazing, it can do things that no other numbers can do. You can solve it, you can square it to any number, and no matter how high the number is, it'll only be one of 4 numbers. -1, 1, -I, or I. Those are the only numbers it could be, making it super easy to solve. You simply draw a circle, and then you write I to the 0, 1, I to the first, I squared, which would be -1, and I cubed, which would be -I. And then you just divide the number that the exponent by 4, and you simplify it just like that. It's so easy, anyone can do it. You don't even need a calculator, even if the exponent is like 400. It's so simple. It's super easy. Anyone can do it. I is such a cool number, and it's so impossible, but meaning it can solve so many impossible problems and make solutions that never existed before. It's so awesome.